The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you.
As Jesus continued his journey to Jerusalem, he traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 persons with leprosy met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voices, saying, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when he saw them, he said, "Go, show yourselves to the priests." As they were going, they were cleansed. And one of them, realizing he had been healed, returned glorifying God in a loud voice. And he fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus said in reply, "10 were cleansed, were they not? Where are the other 9? Has none but this foreigner returned to give thanks to God?" Then he said to him, "Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Praise be Jesus and Mary. Dear brethren, at every Holy Mass, before the preface, there's a little dialogue between the people and the priest, in which the priest says, "Lift up your hearts. We lift them up to the Lord. Let us give thanks to the Lord our God. It is right and just." So this little dialogue reminds us that it is truly right and just to do what? To give thanks to God. St. Augustine tells us that God in some way considers lost that which he gives us without us being grateful for it. Because that means not appreciating the gift, and it means not appreciating the goodness of him who has given us the gift. That's just, it's ingratitude. Ingratitude is actually, you could say, it's against justice. It's a duty. You could say we are in debt to our benefactors in a special way. It's a matter of justice that a benefactor receive due thanks in exchange for that which he has freely given in assistance to another. And this is applied above all to God himself. If we ponder on the gifts that he has given us, well, we really need to meditate on the gifts he has given us in order to appreciate the greatness of these gifts. We're not just talking about a good harvest. That's something which is, it should be evident. We should be thanking him. We must thank him for that. But, we are pilgrims on the way to eternal life, and how many gifts God has given us, which we generally seem to take for granted. Let's begin with baptism. He's made us his own children. He's given us a share in his divine life. He's given us the incredible hope of being heirs of eternal life in his house, in his kingdom. He's given us his own mother. He's instituted the sacraments that communicate divine life to us. So these are just incredible gifts in the supernatural spiritual order. And then we've got all the gifts in the natural order, our own lives, our heart that continues to beat, the sun that continues to rise every morning. They're all gifts of his incredible goodness. And we need to meditate on this, and ponder, how good God is to us, how great are the gifts he has given us. But our gratitude needs to be fruit above all, not so much of, you could say, the appreciation of the greatness of the gifts, as appreciation of the goodness of the giver. God is infinite charity, infinite kindness, infinite mercy, and so we need to perceive in the gifts that he gives his goodness, his charity. And so feel ourselves sort of, bound by a debt, not only of gratitude, but above all of love. Because obviously, between us and God is not enough for us to be grateful. That's a starting point. We need to recognize that if He is good to us, it is because He loves us, and so that love requires an exchange. His goodness requires the exchange of our gratitude, but His love requires the exchange of our love. We need to love Him in return. As always, let us look to our Blessed Lady as a model, in this case, of gratitude. Now, gratitude also has as a root humility. Humility considers itself unworthy of the gift received. Why? And we should apply that as well to our relationship between God. If we were truly humble, we would say, God made me His son. God has given me His own life. Who am I to receive such an incredible gift from God? But we tend to take these things for granted, as I said. It was not like that in the case of Our Lady. In her great humility, every little gift she appreciated. And she saw the goodness and the gratuitous nature of God's love, the gratuitous nature of God's love in every little gift that He gave her. And so the more He gave her, the more she considered herself in debt, and with her whole being corresponded to His love. So let us ask her for this gratitude and for this greater humility, and also for the grace to meditate, to ponder in our hearts as she did, the gifts that God has given us, in order to be grateful for them and to put them to fruit according to His will. Praise be Jesus and Mary.